I sort of view my relationship with engineering like an arranged marriage, because when I first started it, I didn't know much about engineering and it didn't know much about me. But over 30 years, I've grown to love it very deeply. My mother told all her children that they had to take all the maths and sciences to make sure that by the time we'd finished high school, all our options were open in terms of what we could study. And my father also studied engineering and did a master's in engineering. It's very important to make sure that the engineering profession is open and accessible for women, but also all other people, to make it as diverse as possible. The research clearly shows that the more diverse a team is, the better the outcomes will be. And it's so critical that we have different perspectives sitting at the table that are making decisions together.
Mary Wells is a professor of mechanical engineering, and she is an internationally accomplished faculty member and researcher, well known throughout the world. She is an optimistic individual. She is very generous with her time, with her ideas, and a very collaborative person. And the results have been tremendous.
In 2013, I had the privilege to become the chair of the Ontario Network of Women in Engineering, or ONWE, and its flagship outreach program is a program called Go Eng Girl. And this has been a program that's been offered for about 12 years now. And in fact, it's been so well recognized that it's expanded across Canada. So it's offered in BC as well as New Brunswick last year, and it's set to grow even further this year. We not only engage with the girls who are in grades 7 to 10, a critical time where they are going to be choosing the courses that they need to in high school. And if you don't take the right courses, you're not going to be what I would call engineering ready. But it also targets the parents. So the parents also come in to learn a little bit more about what a career in engineering is like. As part of my role as Associate Dean Outreach, I thought, wouldn't it be great to profile some of the women in Canada that had an impact in my research area, which is mining, metallurgy, and materials. I worked in conjunction with an oral historian, a woman, Ann Miller, who's a PhD in history, to profile 18 women across our country. Because often when you look at the history of science and engineering, you rarely see any women and hear their stories.
She's well-spoken, she's always advocating and doing a lot of outreach work and gives back a lot. Like, she doesn't just teach and do her own research, she also takes time to speak on panels and work and volunteer at all the different women in engineering events.
I think early engagement is critical. So kids that have just finished kindergarten come in for programs, and the programs run right through K all the way up to grade 12. In the earlier years, we run sort of a lot of summer camp programs where we integrate both science but also engineering into week-long summer programs where it's around a theme. As the kids get older, we start to integrate into science or engineering in their backyard, in their own world, and then eventually integrate business into engineering to look at sort of more real-world issues they may be dealing with, and to get them to start to think about sort of entrepreneurship and how business and engineering integrate with each other.
Mary is full steam ahead. Let's solve as many problems as we can and take on as much as we can and do as much as we can, which is awesome because that is also my personality type. So we get to just kind of do everything, and we have a lot of support from the faculty to just get engaged and have a lot of fun with what we're doing.
If I were to give advice to a young woman today who's thinking about studying engineering, I would say to go for it. Engineering is a great career which will give you the skill set and train your mind how to think so that you can do whatever you want with it and change the world or help the world in any way that you want to.